everybody ready to get started?
I want to know June's secrets.
Right, we've got some secrets to tell here.
All the secrets.
What we're going to do is I'm just going to introduce our panel very quickly, and then they're going to say a few things, and then we're going to go into the questions. And some of the questions, you know, we're asking our panel to be brief so everybody gets a chance and we can get through a lot of these questions. But also, we're going to have some lightning round questions too, where it's just like answer in 1 or 2 words. So we'll keep it moving here. So let's start with our IAMT president, Francine van Broekhoven. Did I say it right? Van Broekhoven.
Yeah.
Ish. I said it ish, right? Okay, great. And welcome, by the way, I wanted to welcome everybody too to our thermography success panel tonight. We've got 4 thermographers who have absolutely, as we say, crushed October, and we're here to talk to them and ask them what their secrets to success. So we've got Francine here. She has, how do you say the name of your business? De Groene Zuster?
It's called the Groene Zuster.
Of course, yeah. Didn't I say it that way?
Groene Zuster.
In the Netherlands.
Yeah. Right, go ahead.
You're in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Europe. You've been in business for 7 years. I am so honored to have been part of the beginning of your career. It was an honor to work with you. And she has 24 locations, and so she keeps very busy. So Francine, how many imagings did you do in the month of October?
Well, for me, myself, I did 79, but the people who work with me in the Groene Zuster, they also did some. So we ended up at 109.
Wow.
Wow. So you and your team did 109. Holy cow. And so you were busy. And let me just ask you, this is just your quick little intro question. What do you like best about your thermography business?
I like to give people insight or get a grip on their health.
Good. Okay. Thank you. And we're going to hear more about that. Okay. Lisa Mack, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, my dear. So Lisa Mack is our next panelist. She owns Lisa's Thermography and Wellness in New Jersey. She's been in business for 8.5 years, and she is a mobile thermographer. She is running all over New Jersey, up into New York. Am I right, Lisa?
Yes, and Pennsylvania as well.
And Pennsylvania. She is on the road a lot. Lisa, what do you like best about your thermography business?
What I really do like is honestly meeting the people and helping them. It's just, I just love giving them the information and how much they're so grateful for, you know, what thermography shows them.
Awesome. And how many imagings did you do in the month of October?
Well, I only did 50. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh,
but
general.
It's like 50. But, you know, here in New Jersey, the COVID thing is a little bit crazy. So we have a lot of people are very scared, very scared.
And we're going to talk about that too. I want to know how you guys are all coping in that area. Okay, Carol Conti. She is our secretary in the IAMT. She is the best secretary I have ever worked with in any club or organization I have ever been a member of. She is amazing. Thank you, Carol, for your service to the IAMT. Carol owns Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging in Cottonwood, Arizona. She's been in business for 11.5 years. She has a beautiful fixed location, and she is also mobile. What do you like best about your thermography business, Carol Conti?
Well, you know, it's meeting new people, helping them, just like Lisa said. But since I've been in business now almost 12 years, my clients return every year and become friends. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, I've had clients that have been to me 13, 14 times. So they look to me for advice, and, you know, we become friends. It's just amazing. And they refer their friends and families to me, which is really helpful.
That's great. You've built a wonderful business out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and last but not least is June Drennan of Florida Medical Thermography. Many of you know that I sold my business, and June is the new owner. And I have had the privilege of being able to work with her. Absolutely love her. And it was so great to be able to turn my clients over to her and have them be so taken care of. They all have gotten back to me and said, oh, we love June. Oh, we miss you, but we love June. She's been in business for over 13 years. She's based in Central Florida, but now, June, you're going everywhere. You're crisscrossing the state. You were just up in Jacksonville, Florida, which is way up in the north east corner of Florida. So, and you have 38 mobile locations. Am I right?
That's right. Yeah. As of our recent purchase of Cheryl Velcor's business, she had Get Thermography Now, added that to my Tampa Bay thermography business. And so now we have a lot of locations, and Gina has joined our team that worked for you for so many years, and she just has hit the ground running. She's wonderful. And so she's making it possible because I've been doing all the imaging myself. Although I do have a great support team with my social media and advertising and processing reports. So I get to do the fun part. I get to go out and meet the people and do the scanning and drive all over and back. And that's what I do enjoy.
And how many imagings did you do in October, my dear?
I myself did 86, and that was a lot for me,
Yeah.
especially with all the, sometimes I feel like I spend more time driving than imaging. But
I remember, yes. I remember that.
Me too.
Coming home on like a Friday night going, thank God tomorrow's Saturday, because I did an image on Saturday and just being worn out after a big day of imaging. All right, so panelists, we are now going to ask you some of our official questions here. Just a reminder to be brief, and because we want everybody to be able to get, you know, get a chance to answer these questions. In addition, in the chat, I've got, actually I already have a question here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask kind of the official interview questions, and then we'll work in the other questions as we go. So thank you, Julie. And Julie is also, just so you know, she is our membership chair, so you may be hearing from her. She's also helping us work on our website to make it the best it can be. So thank you, Julie, for your service to the IAMT. And Julie, may I ask you to kind of monitor our chat as well, so that I don't miss somebody? Can you see our chat? Great. Okay. All right, panelists, here we go. Remember to be brief. October is usually a pretty big month for thermographers in general, but you really went above and beyond in October. Did you advertise, offer discounts or specials? What did you do to attract all of these clients? And let's start with Francine.
Thank you, Kristin. In October, we had an offer with our bra. We invited Triumph to come on in, and we're selling these bras as an extra. And so these bras can only be bought at a consultant's because they're undressed already. And then we had the second for half price. And so, well, people loved it. So we sold so many bras. So that was our special offer because it's breast health. It was all about breast health. So,
and we're going to talk more about products that all of you may sell to add to your business. But just because we're on the subject here, the bra's name is Sloggy, right?
yeah, let me show you.
And I ordered one because I was curious, and I love it. Love, love, love. You can Google it.
They are the best.
Oh,
yeah.
Unbelievable. Yes,
Mhm.
and we'll talk more about those later. So save that, because I know everybody now is like, what is Sloggy? I want to know about it. I want to buy one. Okay, now let's move on to June. June, did you advertise, offer discounts or specials? What did you do to attract all of these clients?
Well, my wonderful social media person, Kathy Perry, every time I'm going to be in a location, we send out a notice in advance that where I will be and when. And of course, we also have that on the website. So we do a celebration of breast health awareness instead of breast cancer awareness. And I have an article that I revise every year to make it a little bit fresh and new. So we send out that notice, and then we do offer a 10% discount for the month of October, and people count on that and they wait for that date. And I do think that had a large effect that people, we're always about empowering and knowledge and not scaring people, but giving them that information to feel like they're in control of their health. And so it's a good energy thing instead of that whole breast cancer fear awareness month.
Right. Breast Cancer Fear Awareness Month. I like that. Okay. Thank you, June. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
So she was offering a discount and she was sending out information and people were waiting for that. So that's great. Good for you. Let's move on to Carol Conti. Carol Conti, how did you do it? How did you attract all these clients?
First of all, you didn't ask me how many I did. And
I am so sorry, Carol. How many did you do?
I did 81. And my goal was to beat Francine.
You did.
Everybody wants to beat Francine.
No, you did. You did beat me because I had 79. My whole group.
Wow.
So you did beat me.
That wasn't my best October, but it was pretty good. I do a discount every October, so I have regulars that wait for that. I have been advertising, and I've never really advertised before, but during this whole COVID thing, advertising is working because people are at home, they're reading the mailers, they're reading the newspapers. And yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Yeah.
Julie has my ad. So
Awesome.
that really is working for me this year where, in past years, it's been networking, it's been talking to women's groups, stuff like that. That's not happening now. So we have to kind of change course and figure out other avenues of attracting business.
Right. Okay. Awesome. We have Howard Vicks coming on board here too, our vice president. He's coming on board here. Welcome, Howard.
Sorry, I'm late.
Hello, Howard. Thanks for waiting in the room because I had the screen off to the side. Okay, so now we're moving on to Lisa Mack. Lisa, how did you attract all your clients this October?
I had been doing a special since the COVID thing for, the women's health studies. So I just kind of continued that through the month of October. I used the Natural Awakenings magazine, which has always done very well for me, and also putting it on the website and the social medias. And just the same as June, we can advertise exactly like where I'm going to be and what day. So, create the events. And my social media person does wonderful things with, breast health and keeping it clean and not scary, what we're trying to avoid. So that's how I've been getting, many clients. So that's how I did it.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, panel. And I did want to let you know that Kat Wassung, who did 102 in October, she's always running around doing breast health lectures. And she's very much integrating with other health advocacy groups. She says here, she goes to women's health fairs. It looks like from what she's saying here that she does not miss a health fair, an opportunity to speak. She always speaks for free. She's also a doctor of natural health, and I believe she's licensed in her state in North Carolina. And so she kind of, she works those credentials as well. And she has a lot of people she gets referrals from, like biological dentists, functional medicine docs, acupuncture docs, etc. And she's really a relationship builder. So she wanted everybody to know that. Okay, so piggybacking on those last statements that you made, what kind of other marketing activities are you doing? Now, let me give you some examples. Like, do you put out coupons? I know you're advertising, Carol, but how are you advertising? Are you offering yourself for public speaking? Are you picking up the 200-pound telephone and making phone calls? Do you send out a newsletter or anything else like that? Do you have a robust social media? Tell us about that, Francine.
So I work together with two very important holistic dentists. Lisa, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah, she was bouncing, wasn't she?
Okay. So I work together with holistic dentists, and I have them really refer their clients to me when they see there has been an inflammation in the mouth for a long time. So they really understand that it could have affected the breast. So these two dentists really send a lot of clients to me for breast examination. Then I work with doctors of functional medicine because they really understand the benefit of this. We have 30 breast tissue treatment therapists on our website, and we work very close with them together because we see a lot of improvements. If women don't get any improvements in the baseline, then we send them off to these breast tissue treatment therapists, who are always women. And so we have 30 about them on our website, and so it's referring back and forth. But the most important thing is that I have found some influencers who I really connect with. It's not just using those influencers, but it's about getting really connected with them, trust them, and I am in their inner circle as the expert to answer questions for their audience. So yeah.
And how are you connecting with those people? Are you calling them on the phone and going, hi, I'm a thermographer. How can I network with you? Or what are you doing to get those people on board?
Well, we see each other on social media, for instance, or we like the dentist. You know, I wanted to be in touch with them for years because I knew I need to be there. I need to share all there is to know about thermography, but they are always so busy. But in this COVID time, they had to close down for 3 months. That was a huge opportunity. So I made a nice PowerPoint and I called them up and said, hey, do you have any time? I said, I've got all the time in the world now. So, so that was my opportunity to go there and do the PowerPoint. And that's how I get connected really well now.
Did you notice what she said? COVID, everyone was shut down, huge opportunity to connect with people because everyone was sitting at home just wanting to connect. That's really an important thing. And, you know, we may be, some parts of the United States may be shutting down again temporarily because we're spiking again. So it's not like there's not that opportunity possibly coming back to us. Okay, let's move on to June. June, what kind of marketing activities do? You mentioned to us earlier about your gal, Kathy, who does your social media, etc. What are you doing? How are you doing it?
Well, first off, I want to say I'm in line with everything that Francine just said. And I think it's important to be looking at the practitioners that you want to refer you and educating them to understand how this can be another tool in their toolbox to help them make decisions on how they approach, treatment for their patients. And then also it's a way for them to monitor what the choices they made and what the person is doing, that it is effective. And then it's a visual tool for the patient to see that is working. So one of the things that we do is I have a packet to send to doctors already. It's got my return address. It's got the pretty colored envelope. It's got my rack cards. It's got a cover letter in it. And so when I see a client that has a doctor that said, oh, he or she said it's okay to do a thermography or whatever, they want a copy, me to send them a copy of the report, we automatically send out a packet of information about thermography. And then we follow up with a phone call and say that, we just saw your patient, and either use the name or not with their permission, of course. And then they've already gotten the information. They're curious about it. Their patients have been asking about it, and that helps us get our foot in the door. And sometimes I'll bring lunch and meet over lunch, to just discuss things for a few minutes or make an appointment. I do offer free thermography to doctors or practitioners that are referring me. I do offer half price to the staff, so they can experience it. So, not that many free ones. It's just to the, the lead doctor and our practitioner. But I do think that focusing more on the practitioners other than just patients, because you want them understanding that value and asking their patients to do it. So that's been a really a great, we've got great return on that effort. Just having that packet ready to send out, and we send them out, you know, every week we send out probably 4, 5, 6, 7, you know.
Mhm. You know, one thing you said that I thought was very interesting was you're telling your referring practitioners that this is good for monitoring. And I think a lot of people forget about that. They realize that, hey, you can get a thermography and find out what's going on with you, you know, but the highest and best use of thermography is the monitoring. And
Absolutely.
that's what we want anyway, right? We want the return business. We want the people to keep coming back to us. And if we are constantly reminding that the highest and best use of thermography is monitoring what's going on and checking you every year to make sure no patterns are emerging, growing, changing, evolving. I mean, that's really a powerful thing to get people to walk in the door.
And it's also a great way to, I always say, instead of throwing expensive darts at what you don't know what the problem is, you're just taking these supplements or doing this treatment. This really helps you fine tune where to put your efforts and energies, and then again, monitor.
Very good. Carol Conti, you've been doing this a long time. What kind of marketing activities are you doing?
Well, like I said, advertising is working for me this year. But I have a whole group of practitioners that I keep in touch with. In fact, they've all become close friends. And from even 200 miles away, they tell their patients, you can only go see Carol and send them up to me. So I reward them. I've sent them all Francine's book, for instance. I reward them when I can with, you know, free thermals or whatever. But I think it's very important to keep in touch with your referring practitioners. We have a new biologic dentist in Sedona now, so I've reached out to her. I've offered her a free thermal. But I also give a $25 gift certificate to any of my clients that refer, you know, their friends to me. And so they get $25 off for each referral. I send them a card with a coupon.
Wow.
I give discounts. I really, I do whatever I can. Right now, you know, I used to speak to women's groups. I used to go out and network. We can't do that right now. So it's whatever you can think of for outreach. I have a group of naturopaths that want to get together for a Christmas party. And they wanted to use my office because I've got the largest office. But I don't feel comfortable having a group in my office, so we're having to change that to a Zoom meeting.
Isn't it amazing though how much we've realized what we can do over Zoom now? I
Yeah.
have no idea. I'm training people over Zoom. 100%. It's amazing.
Well, look at this. I mean, we get to talk to Francine when it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah, God bless her. Okay, Lisa Mack, are you there, darling? What kind of marketing activities do you do? Newsletter, coupon, public speaking? What are you doing?
I actually do pretty much what everybody is doing. I work very closely with the practitioners that I image in their office. A lot of times what they'll do for me, they'll send out every time I come into their office, they'll send out, you know, a MailChimp blast to their clients, letting them know that I'm coming. And I also do $25 referral when somebody comes in and says, you know, so-and-so referred me. We send a postcard to them. Between Natural Awakenings, the Facebook, and just speaking with the, you know, when we could at the practitioner's office. And I do get a lot of referrals from doctors that I've never even heard of. And we will always reach out to them as soon as we hear, and we'll talk to them about thermography and let them know, listen, when you get the report, we'd like to go over it with you so you have a better understanding, so to educate them. So that's been working out really, really well.
Okay, we have a few questions. Thank you very much. And one thing I'm hearing from everybody here is you are interacting with other practitioners for referrals. in a major way. You're becoming friends with them, Carol, even. Francine, you're reaching out to them in slow times and saying, I want to refer to you. Let's talk. How can I educate you on thermography? How can you educate me? June, you are making sure that you're reaching out to other practitioners. You're imaging them for free. I used to do that too. I used to image them for free because it was the best advertising I could do. I had them stuck in, I'd always do a woman's hair or men's house screening, had them stuck in my chair for half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So I could talk away, right?
Mhm.
So we have a couple of questions. So let's, what is Francine's approach to dentists? What are you saying to these dentists, Francine?
Oh, well, I've made a PowerPoint with a few examples of drainage patterns along the side of the neck. And I visit them, you know. I myself have also a holistic dentist, and but it's what I forgot to say in the former point is that my newsletter is really the most important tool for me to be out there and reach out to my existing clients, because that's our gold mine, really. You know, we have nearly 6,000 clients now on our list, and so every Saturday they get a newsletter.
Wow.
And it's not about the content. It's about my name is out there every Saturday.
Where's your magazine? You got that handy? That magazine?
Here's my magazine.
She has a magazine, you guys. I love it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And you know, this magazine, we give this magazine to every client who comes in the office.
Yeah.
So they get a free magazine, and sometimes they say, "Oh, can I get one for my mother or my sister or whoever?" So, of course.
Of course. We're going to give one to them. Okay, you guys, it's time for the lightning round. So just answer in a couple of words. Are the majority of you doing breast imaging only? Is it 50% health screenings? Does one of you do like a whole bunch of full bodies? Tell us what your percentage is, if you can, roughly. Carol Conti.
I do mostly full bodies, full and half bodies.
Oh, wow.
I only do breasts in October, basically.
Okay, Francine.
I think we do about 40% full body women's health screening, men health screenings, and the rest all breast.
Okay, June.
I would say mine's about the same as Francine's. I do more breasts, but pretty much full body and health studies are about, 40–50%.
And Lisa, how about you?
A lot of full bodies, a lot of half bodies, and a good percentage of breast, but it just seems like the half body, the health study has been very, very popular.
You know, we have learned now the dental aspect with the breast. And if anybody is interested in a link to a really good video about the dental and breast, I think I still have that link. I know it was being taken down from YouTube, lots of stuff going on there. But we see those trails coming right down and landing in a tumor or a really inflamed looking spot on the breast. So really important.
Can I make a comment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One of the things I say a lot to practitioners is that I think of the breast as like the canary in the coal mine. If you've got an issue with your breast, it's an indication of something else going on in the body, whether it be lymph or thyroid or whatever. And you're really not getting the true picture when you just do breast scanning. So it's getting the practitioners to understand the value of at least the health study or the half body. And so getting them on board, that's certainly increased because I've had many practitioners, all they wanted their patients to do was the breast scan, but that's evolving and changing.
Right. Good. Very good. I remember we used to try, at least when someone came in for a breast, we would try to upgrade them to a women's health study. And we would just say, it's very important that we look at your carotid arteries, that we look at dental, and we would, and gut. The gut is the center of your immune universe. So we would probably upgrade about, I would say, right around 50% of the breast. So if you're not trying to quote unquote upgrade them, we always allowed time for the upgrade. So, if you're just going 15 minutes on the breast, try to add maybe 10 minutes into your schedule, see if you can upgrade them into that women's health study.
And
Okay.
getting your practitioner on board with it. The
Absolutely.
practice recommending, their patients.
That's the most
Absolutely.
effective, is telling them the breast is the canary in the coal mine. I
Love
use
it.
that all.
Do
Where
you?
most disease starts is in the mouth or the gut, and when you just do the breast, you miss the most important
Or the
reason.
thyroid,
Yeah.
or the dental, or, it goes on and on, or the limbs.
So here comes in some kind of housekeeping questions here. Do you have administrative help? And if you do you feel it is worth the expense?
Yes.
Lisa, tell us.
Yes, I have an assistant that she works from home, so she does all the reports. The reports come in, she sends them out for me, gives them the cover letter, lets people know like when their next follow-up is. She sends all the reminder cards, the referral cards, any invoicing, that people want invoicing for insurance. She does all of that for me. And then I do have somebody that I hired to read back the reports, because with all the imaging, it's just so hard for, to read back all the reports. So she works 1 day a week, and they book times with her, and she reads back all the reports and helps them understand it.
What do you mean Lisa, what do you mean by
What
reads
does that
back the
mean
reports?
exactly?
And so basically, when you read the report, you're basically reading what the doctor says, but she's make them understand what it means. Just basically like what we would do, help them understand. Yeah, help them understand the report.
Important. By the way, if anybody ever needs help with that, by all means contact us. I'm always willing to get together with a client of yours. We charge $25 for a half an hour. And I'd be happy to get together with your client and help them understand the reports, because the reports are sometimes a little doctory, even though for those of you who use Physicians Insights, we know that there's a lot of information in there. They try to make it user friendly, but still it's kind of doctory. So Julie Steele, how do you feel about your reports? Do you think that sometimes they're a little doctory?
Let me unmute myself. Well, being a newbie on board, I've kind of been all over the board. So I'm on the third person to interpret, but I think that's been the most difficult part for me, is that the clients, one lady that I called, followed up with specifically, that was just down the hall from me, just put it in a drawer. She said, it kind of scared me. I didn't even know. And I'm like, well, God, I told you to call me. But they're overwhelmed, and they don't know where to turn to. They take it to their doctor, and the doctor looks at them like a deer in the headlight. So
Yeah.
That's why being with Carol Conti, and learning of who she has as her interpreter. She's actually an MD who we could refer them to, so that she'll do telemedicine. It's like, I'm so excited. I found out today. I'll have her on board now.
And some of our interpreting physicians will, for a price, get together with a telemedicine appointment with our clients. I know Dr. Carol Chandler will do that, Christine Horner, Karen Asbury. I can't talk as a licensed medical professional, but I can certainly help them understand their reports. So we're here for you guys. If you have that need and you're feeling overwhelmed, you can't get to all your clients on the follow-up. Let's move on to June. June, do you have administrative help? And you already said you did. You feel that it's worth it. Can you live without them?
No, I could not live without them. And part of it is I want to focus on what I do best and what I enjoy. And so why would I want to spend my time doing something that I'm not as good at and don't enjoy? And so I have a great team, and one of the women that works for me, just like I think Lisa was saying, she handles the processing of the reports. And in our cover letter, we say it's very important that you understand your report and that you take action, because if you don't, you just wasted your time here. And so if someone doesn't, if they do not have a practitioner, we recommend that they speak with them first. But if they don't, that, you know, Christine Horner does most of my interpreting. She is available. And so there's been a time that I did discuss the reports, but not being a medical practitioner myself, all I could really do was explain it to them. And I didn't feel that that was a good use of their time as well as mine. So I'm a big believer in, you know, the referring out, and so I have a good collective is what I call it, and I have great people that I refer as practitioners that do understand thermography, that can work with them with whatever it be, thyroid, hormones, lymphatic, dental, and then that way they are able to take action on the report. But it's not me. I'm a technician. I'm a thermographer. That's what I want to focus on.
Very good. Thank you. Francine, tell us about your administrative help.
Yeah, I have Irene, and almost exactly the same like June works. I like to do, I'm a believer of if everybody does the thing he likes most, then you're in a good place. So I don't like being on the phone for hours, and Irene loves to be on the phone. So she does all the calling appointments, we call them. So if someone has a report, then they will get a call from Irene, and she walks them through the report to have a really good understanding. And so that is what we always do, unless someone says, hey, I know this now, you know, it's a low level of concern, it's my 6th time, and you don't have to call me, that's fine. But otherwise we will always call them. And then also Irene has a very good energy, and she's not so much involved emotionally in the business as I am. So she is so very good in having people on the phone, even new clients who reach out to us through our website, and she calls them, and then she says, yeah, I know you want to come in for a breast, but you know, there's so many other patents that have a relation with the breast, so it's the first time, you should start with a woman's health screening. And so she upsells them really easy. And so I couldn't do that. You know, I couldn't do that, but she can. So it's really worthwhile to have someone in your office that you can trust, and that you can say, okay, this is what I need you to do for me. So I look at my agenda. I have no idea who's on the agenda for that day, but Irene just, yeah,
Great.
makes those appointments.
Thank you. How about you, Carol Conti? What kind
yeah.
of administrative help do you have?
Well, I have an office manager who runs me. So she pretty much takes care of everything. I hired her 4 years ago. A year ago, she quit to follow her husband to Texas. I didn't know how much she did. So I had her write down, she gave me 2 weeks notice. I said, you follow yourself around and write down everything you do. I couldn't believe what she did. And so in January, she contacted me and she says, you know, the job here isn't working out that well in Texas. So I offered her the sun, moon, stars, and a gasoline credit card to come back to me. And she did. That's
awesome.
I realized she was my right arm. I mean, during the year that she was gone, I went through 3 other people, and they just didn't measure up, you know, with customer service, which is the most important thing right now, is that first contact. And I get really upset now when I go into stores and they have poor customer service, because how can they stay in business if you're not outgoing and you know, helpful, etc. So, oh yeah, I will always have administrative help.
So every single one of our panelists has administrative help. And I remember back when I first started my business, I didn't think I could afford it. But a friend of mine said, jump and grow your wings on the way down, because I knew I couldn't afford it, and I knew I couldn't afford not to. So I hired Louise. Love Louise. I miss you, Louise. And she was amazing. And she allowed me to grow. I was at my limit, and she allowed me to grow. So for those of you who are thinking, I'm not sure if I can afford it, think about, can you afford not to, especially if you want to grow?
Exactly.
Okay, so another lightning round here. We just want to know 3 numbers. what do you charge? And this is from Lisa Callison. What do you charge for each level of study? Breast, health study, full body. Ready, set, Lisa.
Breast $249, health studies $399, full body $549.
Bingo. June.
I charge, well, I just raised my prices. I've been $200 for breasts, or $225, which is lower than I had when I was in Tennessee. $425 for the health study will be my new price, and $575 for the full body.
Thank you. Carol Conti.
$249 for the breast, $395 for the half body, and $525 for the full body.
Gotcha. And Francine, I know you're in euros or something, but
Yeah, well, it's about the same. It's about the same as your prices, but in euros, it's 475 for a full body and 345 for women's health and men's health study. And the breast is 245. So
gotcha.
yeah,
Is that euros, or is that
That's-
converted to dollars?
exactly. No, that's euros.
Okay, gotcha. Also, Lisa asks, is there any way you can get that magazine in English?
Oh, well, yeah, sure. But, you know, it's very time consuming to translate it.
And
So-
you know, there are companies here in the United States that you can do a magazine. The IAMT could actually do a magazine, which might be very interesting. And
Yeah.
did I just say that out loud? Because we are so busy at the IAMT.
You did it,
for
and I
products, but
heard you, and I have witnesses.
oh no, this is being recorded. But that would be a really cool thing to have, because we could all have a magazine to hand out to our people. And that magazine structure, it's different than a brochure, you know?
Absolutely. You know, it's,
Yeah.
I started off with this magazine just online, and then I thought, hey, how about having a paper version like this one?
Right.
And
Cool.
it's not that expensive if you order 5,000 pieces. So
1,000.
yeah, I
How
ordered
many-
them by
how many-
5,000.
How often? How often do you do it?
5,000 is for maybe 5 to 6 months.
Gotcha.
But they are also in practices, you know, all over the country, all over Belgium, large practices or dentist practices or whatever, even those nice shops where they sell health products, you know, like
Gotcha.
drugstores. Yeah, there are stacks of them.
By the way, this is a commercial announcement for the IAMT's rollout of Francine van Broekhoven's book, Happy Healthy Breasts.
Oh my God.
Buy it at your web store today on the IAMT website. We are now converting it over to that you can buy it through the website as opposed to Balboa Press. And so Balboa Press was charging like $40 some, and we're charging, it's going to be $29.99 with shipping. It's going to be about $35. So this is a great book that you can buy and give to a special client, all your clients, or perhaps you're a hosting practitioner, something like that. Wonderful, amazing book. So check it out in the IAMT website, web shop. Okay. Did we get to everybody there? No. Yes, we did. We got we got all your prices. Okay.
Got a quick question. Can I
Yes,
ask
ma'am.
a question? On the locator list on the website, what's up with that?
It's coming. Julie, do you want to handle this, my friend?
Absolutely, because you know what? And that's what I was working on for a while today, is
Oh,
doing
good.
some research, not working on the actual coding,
Mhm.
because the plugin that is on the website currently doesn't have that function. So the web guy, we call him, is changing code so that everything can be the way that we want it.
Mhm.
But I think that's going to take a lot longer and is going to be more costly. So we're trying to find if there's an actual plugin that would facilitate that could save some money and be quicker. So hopefully it would happen within the next week.
Mhm. Okay, great. Great. So do you have the information from all the thermographers? You're just waiting to plug it in? Or are you sending out to people that haven't submitted, or how is that? Because I get questions a lot. people saying, I'm moving to wherever and I need to find a thermographer there. And I used to could just quickly go on and put in their new zip code and find them someone. So I was just wondering, are we going to have everybody on it, or how's that going
Yeah,
to work?
yeah,
Members.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
goal,
members,
the goal
yes.
is that you could just log in right now
Mhm.
and, you know, change your information, update, and it could be really fast so that everybody can, you know, if you move, you can change it yourself.
So
You don't-
I can change it myself. I don't have to have you guys. I don't give it to you.
Eventually.
What?
Eventually.
Okay.
coming soon.
All right.
Coming soon.
Right. We want to
Good.
put you guys in control of the information that you're putting out there. And so we're giving you
Perfect.
like this little mini ad space that will factor in with you. Am I saying it right, Julie? It'll be a part of their profile so they can go to their profile and change it up.
Mhm.
Right,
Well,
so,
and
so,
that's, yeah. Well,
So
because
they-
that's what I was
they-
talking. Go ahead.
go ahead, Julie.
Julie, go ahead.
That's what Monet and I were talking about before, because, you know, he's on a different time change. So he was getting ready to go to bed. I catch him at 7 a.m. my time in the mornings. So that I told him, you know, to hold off today while he was sleeping. I would be researching the plugin because I think it could be faster and less expensive than him doing the coding, because there are things we're trying to do to where you either put in a picture or a logo. So you either want someone's face or you want a logo.
Mhm.
Along with this whole automation. And the reason I'm saying that is when I had For Sale by Owner, a website that I designed a gazillion years ago, people could get in, upload all their own house photos, do all their stuff, pay for it, give their credit card, do the location, and it was all automated. So nobody had to be involved. That's what we're trying to get the website to be. And hopefully by Thanksgiving, I'd love to see all of this in play. But June,
Right.
if you want to send me any information via email,
Okay.
that you don't see on there, you want in, then manually, that's what I'm working on. I just got a list from Kristin yesterday, and I'm trying to work, you know, at least an hour a day to get the member update and the
Okay.
location.
So you're saying send you just my info, and then you are. Is that what you're saying?
All the locations, she can get them in for you.
Oh,
I know
okay,
there's
great.
quite a few.
That-
Still
I was
in
gonna say, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I've got it all listed on my website. You know, so I could just send you, you know, that link
yeah.
page.
Okay, let's get back to our questions.
Okay.
And we'll definitely make sure Julie and June get, you know, connected. And
Okay.
all of you be watching for that. The website has been taking a tremendous amount of time because we're trying to do all kinds of cool functionality for you guys. Okay, here we go. Do you sell any products, any other products besides thermography? If so, do you feel this is a profitable addition to your business, Francine? Very nice, want to know.
Oh, yes,
You know,
we do.
You got quite a product line.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I have the Dutch book and the English book in the practice. It's a lot of dragging around actually, but it's worthwhile. And so we also have a web shop where people can buy the brush, you know, the dry brush,
Mhm.
and we have our logo on the dry brush. We have a detox package with supplements of Hilda Clark, because I think that's really the start for people with all kinds of patterns, low-grade inflammations or whatever. And of course, we sell the bra. It's really profitable. And what we also sell nowadays is happy soaps. I'm really for a world without plastic. It's really, it started out as a joke, but it's shampoo without a bottle and there's no plastic in it. And we sell so much of those things, and especially in the web shop, because if someone wants to order a brush, they say, hey, the shipping cost is too much. Let's add some other things to it in the basket, and then we just sell more. So our web shop has been very profitable lately.
Okay, so it is definitely worth it and it's definitely profitable.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Lisa, let's bring you up now. Do you sell anything else? It could even be a service like wellness coaching, massage, anything like that as well.
I don't. The only thing I do is I give them, I give them a dry brush, like it's like a gift. I actually give that to them. So in the end, I explain like what the next steps are. I go over dry brushing, give them the dry brush, and all of the offices I work at, I'm dealing with a lot of practitioners that do detoxing and supplements. So it's like a conflict of interest I found. So I have to be very careful. So that's
Sure.
just like, you know, that's kind of like my gift to them. And they think it's great. It's like going to the dentist and getting a toothbrush.
You know, I do want to add, when I was, when I had my business, I would talk to those practitioners that I was at their office, and I would say, hey, I sell brushes, deodorant, and breast cream, the Miracle Algae Cream. And if you don't want me to sell that, that's fine. This is what they are. You can also buy them from me for a small upcharge and sell them off your own shelf, whatever you want to do. And it was great. I made a lot of money on brushes. My accountant got back to me and said, do you know that you made, you know, something like $900 on brushes in, you know, 6 months?
Yeah.
What? I did.
That's awesome. It's just, I have to do that. I wanted to do the breast cream, but it's like, I have just been, this year has been a little bit crazy. So I haven't been able to do like the things that I wanted to do. So 2021 is my goal.
Yeah, that's everybody's goal right now, isn't it? Okay, June.
Yes.
Do you
for sure.
sell any other products in your business?
No, I don't, and I will tell you why. Similar to what Lisa said, the places that I go, oftentimes they sell their own products, or I can send someone over to a local store and they'll say, June Drennan sent me over here to get this, you know, whatever. And so also with my clients, if I have a client that sells essential oils, for example, and I'm in the market, and when I'm talking to them, I'll bring a bottle of On Guard, you know, for me. So I'm trying to support not only the people that refer me, but my clients as well. And I just feel, you know, I see the advantages either way, but it just makes things a little bit simpler for me. And then also it's just another little way of marketing to the other, you know, clients and practitioners. So no, and then, you know, I'm just getting old and tired. And you can give me just 1 second. I want to say something that, someone told me this, and I think I've told it to you. It's that rice bowl principle. And it's, if you only do what you want to do and not what you don't want to do, and fill your rice bowl. If you do something you don't want to do, you're taking rice out of someone else's bowl. So fill your own rice bowl doing what you want to do, so you have an overflow of rice to put into someone else's bowl. So that's kind of where I'm at in my life right now. It's just, I just want to do what I want to do and pass it on, you know.
There you go. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Carol Conti, tell us, do you have any products that you sell?
Just a few, because again, my referring physicians have all the, you know, supplements. They do detox. They do all this stuff. So I sell CBD products, brushes, just a couple of things in my my stationary office. I don't like dragging things to my other offices either, unless somebody specifically wants me to bring them something.
I'll tell you, I want to put a plug in for Dr. Spencer's Miracle Algae Cream. We have Jan Jansen on tonight, and her husband is Dr. Spencer. And I have been selling his cream for a long time. And that was, I would usually bring a couple of deodorants along, because I had a custom made deodorant. I would always get permission from my practitioners to bring it in. If they had another deodorant on the shelf, well, I put that away, didn't even talk about it. But the Dr. Spencer's Miracle Algae Cream is such an amazing product for moving lymph. And I don't even know if I can say this, but I watched little lumps and cysts disappear. Anytime I had a sore throat or anything like that, I mean, you just put it in here and the lymph nodes start to move. Unbelievable product. And I just wanted to give a shout out because we really, I really love that product, and we are going to be offering it through the web shop. So a few little specialty products, maybe some of you might want to consider.
Well, is that one that's good for, you know, you see so many times women have rashes in their breast and their axillary. Is that something that you recommend for that?
Works for me. Jen, did you want to say anything?
I can. Thank you, Kristin. Yes, June, you know, the reason it's called Dr. Spencer's Miracle Algae Cream is not because we named it that, but it's because our clients named it that.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
It was kind of funny, because it started out many, many decades ago as a pain cream in Dr. Spencer's orthopedic practice. And then because it's such a nice feeling cream, women were coming back to him and saying, can this get rid of breast lumps, Dr. Spencer? And he's a foot doctor. He's saying, I don't think so. But after a few women came back to him and started talking to him about it, he actually verified it. And true enough, it got rid of all sorts of problems. So we don't say, because of course we're really limited and what we can say. So we just say, try it. We have no idea what it will do, but it seems to do a lot of amazing things that it technically shouldn't do.
Oh,
So
interesting.
everything from getting rid of a sore throat, as Kristin says, we have people who, because you probably are all aware, your ear is like an upside down fetus, right? It's the shape of a fetus.
Ooh.
So Dr. Spencer was trained
No,
in.
I wasn't aware.
Okay. Well, if you look at your ear, it looks like an upside
Yeah,
down.
okay.
Yeah. So all of the acupuncture points are on the ears. So Dr. Spencer was trained in 3 forms of acupuncture, including auricular. So if you take the cream between your fingers and you just massage your ears, it literally, you just kind of go, oh, it's just amazing what it does.
Oh, I can't wait.
Trouble sleeping or anything like that. So those are just some of the things. I mean, I can't even tell you.
Oh my gosh. I have so many testimonies on it because I've been using it since it was with Plexus. Plexus used to sell it, and I used to buy it from Plexus. And now you can buy it from him. You can buy it through the IAMT, and you'll save a little bit of money over buying it on retail, so that you can turn around and sell it for retail. So more on that later. Anybody private message me or send me an email if you want to know more about that, because I can't say enough about it. It has gotten me out of quite a few jams, and my clients as well. Okay, I got off track. Did we miss anybody? We were asking other products. We ended with Carol, correct? Okay, good. All right. We just got a few more questions. Thank you for indulging us here. Do you feel that your IAMT membership has helped you grow your business, and how so? Carol.
Well, it's helped to educate. When the locator tool worked really well, that helped, because I have clients from all over the world, being so close to Sedona, Arizona. And, you know, they're coming and going. So they want to know where they can have their follow-up, or, you know, where can family members have thermography.
Okay.
So it's, you know, it has helped me. I've been around longer than the IAMT. So
one of the things that the website is trying to do for you is we are trying to educate people kind of on the front end of the website, and educate you in the members only portal, which is kind of the back end of the website. So you can send somebody. Right now we have videos on why would you want to get a thermogram, what a thermogram is like. We have resources, scientific articles, a lot of great things on the front side. And on the back side, we have our, you know, and we're constantly, Julie Steele has been very integral on this. We're updating our training back there, and we have an image gallery for you with high quality imaging like you see behind me, and images, I'm sorry. And so we want to make sure that it's serving you. Francine, how has the IAMT helped you?
Well, the most important thing for me is that I can connect with colleagues, to other thermographers. You know, here in Europe, I'm in the front end. How do you say that?
You're on the front line?
I'm on the front line. Yeah, I make it happen. I do the trainings, the explanations. I'm on the largest presentations, doing Zooms, you know, whatever. But sometimes I feel so lonely. And that's why I love the IAMT calls, because then I know, oh, they're out there. I'm not alone.
That's, you know, and that's one thing we're really kind of ramping up our social media, our Instagram, our Facebook, so that you can all interact with each other through those platforms. So please get on there, like, comment, share, get something started. You know, we'll sometimes put something up there, and then we're trying to get some conversation started so y'all can interact with each other. So please go like us, comment, and share on our Facebook. It's IAMT Online, facebook.com/IAMT Online. Okay, June, Have you, June, you've been so busy, I know. You probably haven't had a lot of time to interact with the IAMT, but tell us a little bit about your experience with it.
Well, several things. Just here right now, it's been great. I've learned a lot. It's given me some new thoughts and perspectives. I share, when you post things on Facebook, I share them all the time. I think that's very helpful. And also, I loved the conference, and we weren't able to do it this last year, and who knows when we'll be able to do it again. But that I think is so helpful as well. And just like Carol was saying, the locator list, that's important. Absolutely. But the camaraderie, we do get that feeling of being alone and out there. I don't meet any other thermographers. And so it's just great to have someone else to discuss things with. I'm lucky I have you, and I still have Marie, but sometimes you just want to, be able to pick up the phone. And now all these names that I've seen, some of you I recognize from the conference back in Safety Harbor, but I feel like I've gotten to know you a little bit better. And if we actually talked on the phone, we know who we were talking to. So yes, I really value this so much, and I'm so excited that you've taken over the helm. Congratulations, and you're just breathing new life into it.
Oh, the board, all of us together. We've had, by the way, in case you guys don't know, we're on our 27th board meeting coming up next Tuesday.
Wow.
And I know that sometimes you think, what are they doing with all these board meetings? There's so much to do, and we're really trying to help you all grow your businesses. So Lisa.
And we feel it. We feel your support.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Lisa Mack, tell us, you've been involved in the IAMT. You were secretary in the last board. Tell us about your experience with IAMT and how it's helped you grow your business. Did we lose her? Oh, we might have lost her. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, we can hear you now.
Uh-oh.
We can hear you.
Kristin, can you hear me?
We can. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
How come I can't hear you?
Go ahead.
How about now?
Just tell us how great IAMT is.
It's been wonderful. I have not been able to engage that much this year, but in the past, it's just been between the education, meeting other thermographers, the locator list for sure, the locations, because we have a lot of people moving out of New Jersey and trying to find other places to send them. I'm just looking forward to being able to use IAMT more in 2021.
There you go. Thank you. And we are looking at, and Lisa and I have talked about this, and the board, we've all talked about this, we can't have a in-person conference this spring like we would like to. It's probably just not going to happen, but we can have a mini summit online where we have breakout rooms, and I've attended some of these and they're excellent. So you can go find the lecturer that you want to hear. You can interact with each other in special chat rooms and such. So we're working on that for probably the late spring, hopefully. And I know Lisa wanted to be a part of that. So Lisa, we hope that you still will jump in once your life calms down a little bit as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, guys, do we have any other questions from the floor? Anybody else want to ask any questions?
I don't have a question, but I wanted to reintroduce Jan Jansen. She is a marketing guru, and her tagline is 6 figures is the new minimum wage.
Woo!
She was one of my coaches way forever ago. And if anybody would like to contact her and get involved with what she's doing from Canada, Jan, would you like to say something to us?
Thank you, Carol. I'm super impressed, seriously, by the amazingness of your marketing efforts. Like, huge congratulations, ladies, because I became very familiar with thermography through Carol, many years ago. And so I actually wrote a book on breast health for Plexus at one point in time,
Right.
Kristin. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very familiar with this, but you're just doing a really amazing job. So thank you, because the world certainly does need you. The one thing that I was thinking about as I was listening to you was Someone mentioned talking on the phone and they called it the heavy, I think someone said
200-pound telephone.
They called the phone. And I'm just going to tell you that I have literally launched businesses by talking on the phone.
Mm.
And we underestimate the value of it. And I just want to tell you one quick way to perhaps start conversations that's been really super effective, not only for me, but for my clients. And that is, I call it the Chatterbox campaign. And it really is about asking, getting permission to ask somebody one question and for 5 minutes of their time. And so I put it out and I said, I'm launching a new program on sales, and I just wanted to know what you find the most difficult around sales. I'd love 5 minutes of your time. Could I phone you? And of course, women love to give their opinion. They love to tell you what's going on. And so I was thinking how that could be used with thermography and breast health. And it could be, I'm doing a survey and I'd love to know what's your biggest concern around breast health. And then you can get on the phone and I would ask that question and I would let them talk. And at the 5-minute mark, I would say, okay, I asked for 5 minutes, so I need to be in integrity, and it is 5 minutes. And they would say, oh, no, I often they would say, no, I want to tell you some more. I've got more to say. And so I was able to really get a good feel for not only what they were thinking, but the languaging they used. So for example, in my sales programs, I would never use the words yucky, icky, slimy, sleazy, but those were the words that my clients were using. So now I talk about sleazy, slimy, icky sales conversations, because then they know that I understand them. So I really learned a lot and was able then to use that languaging in my marketing and in my sales conversations, which helped. But you have no idea where that can lead. And I literally filled a program just by doing that. So it's really helpful, but just honor the 5 minutes. Say you have one question, ask that question, let them talk, and then just see where it goes. I think you might be amazed.
Chatterbox campaign.
The Chatterbox campaign. Yeah.
Wow. Very good. And Jan, we would love to have you back for a special, Zoom webinar, strictly focused on marketing. I think when we do our surveys that we send out, everybody wants more information on marketing. They all want to learn more. And I think this has been a wonderful night for all of that. Thank you, Francine and June and Lisa and Carol Conti for sharing with us your success and what you do. I hope those of you who are listening and those of you who are listening to this as a recording have gotten some great information to help you grow your business. The IAMT is here for you with connection, education, and support. And we will be shortly rolling out the CCT levels. So for those of you who have your CT, your clinical thermographer, some of you might even have your CCT that you've gotten through the AAT or the PACT or the AAT, but we're going to be rolling out some really amazing CCT levels 1 through 4. And so watch for that, because we want to get you guys up through these levels so that you can continue to become the best, most professional thermographers on the planet. IAMT, the elite thermographers of the world. That's who we are. And we want to help you get there. So thank you so much tonight. Does anybody have any last comments? Francine, our president, our IAMT president, thank you. Come on board.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, there's just one other thing I want to say. I always thought of my business that 80% of my business is marketing. So that sounds really a lot, but it is. So the most of my time I'm busy with marketing, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and even Zoom now. Zoom is so valuable. We had a wonderful Zoom last night about breast implant illness, and we had a surgeon on board and one of our breast tissue treatment therapists. And
this was in Dutch, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, but we are going to do it again in English. So because we had so many questions.
Cool.
And so we had 83 participants, 110 registrants, but 83 participants who stayed all the way to the end. And we videotaped it, of course, and it's so valuable to bring that in your social media to show everybody that you are the expert. So last night, I was not a lot on the talking, but surgeon was about breast implant illness. And but I was the expert asking all the questions. And so I bring it out there. And so that's what I want to say. If you connect with other people, influencers, then you are the expert. I'm the expert in the inner circle of influencers. So I answer all the questions that people have in inner circle groups of an influencer. Do you understand what I'm saying? So put yourself out there as the expert. Really important.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kristin. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We so appreciate your participation tonight. We know that your time is valuable, and we appreciate you giving some of it to us and actually investing in your own future business success. So
Thank you, Kristin, so much. This was so wonderful of you to put this together.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Kristin.
Thank you. Thank you. And on
You're
behalf-
fabulous. We
on
love
behalf
you.
of myself, the IAMT, and our board of directors, Francine, Howard, Carol, and Cher, we appreciate your participation, your membership, and we look forward to working with you and connecting, educating, and supporting you all in the future.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Thank you.
Well done,
Bye-bye.
Kristin.
Thanks so much.